Thank you, everybody, for having us. Thanks to the Startup NV program and to the Fund NV committee members. Mark and I are excited to be here, and we plan on taking full advantage. And so I'm Chris. I'm the founder and designer of Nevaka, and I'm going to share some information with you about our company. I created Nevaka because I'm selfish. And when I say I'm selfish, I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, I created Nevaka to solve a problem for myself. And what I wanted to do was alleviate some of the many frustrations that I was having at work. As an electrical contractor for almost 20 years, I can tell you one of the biggest challenges that we have as project managers and contractors is coordinating the needs of material from the field to the office and over to the distributor. And I was constantly faced with receiving, interpreting, and transcribing back of the napkin type material requests from my field workers, and it was just taking way too much time. So like Noah, I thought there had to be a better way to do it, and so I searched for a better way. I didn't find anything that would, anything off the shelf. I didn't find anything turnkey that would really suit my needs. So I enrolled myself into an Android developer program. I built an Android application, completed the program. Now we have a functional prototype on the Google Play Store, and we also have a functional prototype on the iOS store as well.
Good evening. My name is Mark Aston. I'm a retired business owner from Los Angeles, retired here to Reno, and I originally started as a mentor to Chris. I liked so much what he had, I decided to join him. I'm now a director and co-founder and equal shareholder with Chris. When I was discussing this problem with Chris, we identified a number of business opportunities, key among them, the ability to empower a remote worker to create, submit, and track a purchase order in real time. Talking to contractors, large contractors, we also learned that many of them use an ERP or project management software. And if we could push the data from Nevaka into their software, we could eliminate the need for an intermediary to interpret, transcribe, and retransmit that same purchase order. We would also reduce the number of unnecessary meetings, which is a good thing in this post-COVID era. So by putting more control in the hands of the worker, we're increasing control, we're increasing the speed, and we're dramatically reducing waste and error, which is our mission with Nevaka. One of the other things we've been asked by contractors is to provide a master database of all the products that they purchase so that they would be able to purchase those products by UPC code, further reducing their error and increasing accuracy.
All right, so what you guys are seeing here, this is a basic view of a request for quote. We call them an RFQ. These are constructed by remote workers or a team of remote workers collaboratively. And that's via the app and the preloaded material catalog that's contained within the app. So these lists can be edited and updated in real time. They can be as long or short as needed. They can be reviewed and approved by a supervisor, sent off to a distributor for pricing and or purchase. And what this does is it really just creates the bridge between, the true bridge between the field and the office so that the remote workers can clearly and efficiently communicate the needs of their material. And Nevaka simply, it really is the solution. It's the bridge between the field and the office, and we deliver on all the opportunities that Mark just discussed.
To recap the important parts, Nevaka is a tool that enables a remote worker to make a list of materials or a purchase order, share it with any number of other users in real time, and for a supervisor to merge multiple lists or edit a list and then forward it to the vendor for pricing or for a purchase order. One of the other advantages we have at Nevaka is that we can produce a project database so that engineers and architects can upload materials that they have specified for a specific project and the database will only display those products that have been specified, and a contractor on the project will be unable to purchase materials that have not been previously approved. We know of no other tool that will provide that service to the contractor. As a founder of several businesses in the construction industry, 2 of which were successful, I know how difficult it is to bootstrap a startup, build traction, and turn it into a winner. I also know how easy it is to rob a startup of its ideas and its IP. While Nevaka has no patents now, we're aware of the importance of incorporating protectable technology in our development of the apps, and we will be working with a reputable patent attorney to achieve that. We have already applied for a trademark for the name Nevaka. We have already secured our domain names, nevaka.com.io and .us. A key part of our strategy is to team up with major ERP software companies. We believe we can develop a symbiotic relationship with those companies whereby we're not only benefiting from them driving business to us, but we think that we can act as a driver for demand for the suite of services that some of these ERP software companies offer. And our view today of a potential exit for Nevaka in the future could be an acquisition of Nevaka by an ERP. And so we want to be protected as we move forward, and we're going to roll out our services very carefully.
Team Nevaka. Okay, so this is the Nevaka team. It's small but powerful. I'm on the left-hand side. I'm the founder. I'm the designer. I'm the industry expert. I'm the guy that's been in the field for 20 years. I also do some Android development. Shrawan on the right-hand side, he came in about 1.5 years ago. He's a co-founder now, and he's responsible for the iOS and the web development for Nevaka. And then Mark initially was assigned as a mentor for Startup NV, who was, I guess, he got so engaged with what we were doing, he decided to come out of retirement to participate. And so now he's a co-founder, managing member, and director of the company. And then so, you know, we didn't build this application in a vacuum. We built it leaning on distributors, manufacturers, contractors. These are some of the things that people are saying about us. And you know, they all agree that it's making life easier. It's saving time and money. It's improving their accuracy, and it's speeding up the process entirely. And it's these kinds of comments from these contractors are what help us gain more confidence, knowing that we are in fact working with the right people. We are heading in the right direction.
So when Chris and I felt confident that we had identified the problem, we did some research to try to measure how big that problem was. And we found that there are 70,000 licensed electrical contractors in the United States that issue over 28 million purchase orders every year at an average processing cost of about $100 per purchase order. The contractors that have been working with Nevaka and who helped us design the product and use the product, they are telling us that they expect to save about 20% of their processing costs, or $20 per purchase order, which would give us effectively a total addressable market of $560 million a year for TAM. And if we were able to capture just 50% of the savings in costs, that would be effectively $280 million in SAM. And if Nevaka were able to capture over time 20% of the SAM, we would have a sum of $56 million, excuse me, of $56 million. Bear in mind that this is just in the electrical trade, and the electrical trade constitutes less than 10% of the construction industry. And once we've obtained critical mass in the electrical trade, we will pivot into other trades in the construction industry, where the sum can multiply by up to 10 times, which would be $560 million. And this does not include international business, and it does not include other industries. We have focused on the construction industry to date. So our target market initially is the construction industry. And we have chosen to focus on the electrical market or the electrical trade within that industry. My history is in the construction industry. Chris is an electrical contractor, so it makes sense to do that. With 70,000 licensed contractors in the US and an average of 2 users per contractor, we have a potential of 140,000 licensed users for Nevaka in the electrical market alone. If we try to achieve or we try to access those contractors individually, it would take us forever. Our approach for accessing the electrical contractors is through the distributor, through the contractor, and through the ERP software company with whom we intend to partner. There are many sources of revenue, and some we haven't even thought of yet. But we expect to start with monthly subscriber fees and transaction fees for purchase order derived solely from the contractor. We expect to have multiple tiered pricing initially for our services, and we will test out various models with the electrical contractors during beta. Once we achieve critical mass and we have a number of subscribers, we now have leverage, we expect to pivot to 3 other sources of revenue, one being the distributor, the other contractor, and one being our ERP partners. We're looking at sales commissions, royalties, advertising as sources of revenue, and we have spoken with representatives of each of these 3 groups who have all indicated a real willingness to pay us money if we can help drive business to their door. So our revenue projections so far are only for the contractor, and we expect to go to revenue at the end of this year, late 4th quarter. So while we don't expect too much in the way of revenue this year, we expect to start generating meaningful revenue in 2021. And by 2022, with our major partnerships with ERP companies, protectable IP, and our strategy for propagating Nevaka throughout the electrical industry, we expect to ramp up users quite quickly. This is only revenues from the contractor. We really expect that revenues from the distributor, the manufacturer, and the ERP companies will greatly exceed the revenues from the contractor.
Awesome. So competition. Turns out we're not alone in the universe. Purchasing universe is what I mean, not aliens. But so, you know, we've found dozens of companies in the purchasing space. Only a few we found that puts any kind of focus on construction. And we also know that these companies here that we have listed, they have some pretty narrow and generic functionality compared to Nevaka, and they're also not offering the same services that we are. So we're thankful that they're there, and it validates that they're in the space, and it validates for us our idea and all the conversations that we've been having with these contractors. And so, you know, we know they're going to grow, just like we're going to grow, and but we're confident that we're ahead of them now, and with the right resources, we're going to stay ahead of them.
Can I ask a quick question? How old are some of these firms? How long have they been around?
They're all very young, to our knowledge, within a few years. Yeah.
There are many other purchasing apps in the marketplace, but none of them are focused on the construction industry. You can buy toilet paper and car tires and cookies from those.
Well, and you can type stuff in too, all you want in all these purchasing applications. What makes us unique is the accessibility to the material, allowing the remote worker to be very accurate and quick.
Okay. So we already have a number of electrical contractors who have agreed to beta test Nevaka, and we intend to start in this particular month. So our 30, 60, 180-day progress would be beta starts this month. We are looking for funding from you, and that funding will be used to manage our beta, to improve our app, perfect it, and to prepare for a revenue launch late this year, at which time we would then look for a larger round of funding. This will also be used to start our web app development, which we expect to start at the end of this year, which would be our 180-day target.
Beta testing. So we've been working hard to create and implement a formal beta test. We're very close. We had some things in society that slowed us down, COVID. But as you can see, we have four contractors slated for the beta test. These are 4 fairly large contractors. They place a lot of orders in the construction industry, and they've all committed several employees to the Nevaka beta test effort. And so while beta testing with these companies, we plan on leveraging and using that information so that we can greatly improve the application to better serve them in their process, and also to grow our company.
So events are going faster and faster. There's greater awareness now for Nevaka. There seems to be, among the contractors and people we're talking to, a level of appreciation for the problem we've identified and the solution we're bringing to market. And this is bringing with it a level of cooperation that makes us confident we're going in the right direction. And for us, this adds up to traction. And an example of that traction is where Procore has invited Nevaka to help it secure Rosendin as a customer. Procore is a $4 billion ERP software company and the largest in the United States in the construction industry. And Rosendin is a $2 billion electrical contractor, the second largest in the United States. And the strategy put forward by Procore was that Rosendin will use Nevaka as a purchasing app to push its orders directly into the Procore software and return the response to Rosendin with the pricing and availability from the vendor. Additionally, Procore has also learned that Nevaka can export data in multiple formats, including PDF, EDI, and CSV, and they want to explore other data use options with those formats. We don't yet have the results, the final results from this work that we're doing with them, but we have successfully now pushed our data into the Procore app, and they are already actively looking at other customers of theirs that they want to introduce Nevaka to. So we are asking for only $50,000. We believe that's enough for us to achieve what we want to achieve in the near term, and we would rather hold on to our ownership in Nevaka until we reach revenue. The funds, again, are going to be used to manage our beta, to help us learn and improve exactly what the contractor wants and make sure we're delivering the functionality he's looking for. We want to protect our IP, we want to perfect the apps, and we want to launch for revenue later this year. None of the funds that we are asking for will be used for partner compensation. So thank you so much for spending your valuable time with us this evening. We hope that you see a future in Nevaka as we do, and we hope that you'll consider joining us as a financial partner. So thank you very much.
All right, so that's going to wrap for our presentation.
Sharing.
Excuse me?
Stop sharing.
Well, I'm still talking. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so that's going to wrap for our presentation. Thanks you guys for your time. We really appreciate it. And we hope that you guys see the same thing that we see in Nevaka. If you guys want to learn more, please visit the website and reach out to us on the websites listed. Thank you.